What if I told you the biggest financial reset of our lifetime might already be in motion? And at the heart of it sits one digital asset that Wall Street doesn't want you to fully understand: XRP. Because right now, behind closed doors, two game-changing events are quietly unfolding. 1. The approval of a bank charter linked to Ripple. 2. And the potential launch of the first-ever XRP ETFs. If both of these hit the green light, XRP price won't just climb, it could absolutely skyrocket. So buckle up, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you why insiders are whispering about this moment, why institutions are already positioning themselves, why retail investors who ignore this may regret it forever. Let's start with the bank charter. Do you realize what that means? If Ripple secures a charter, they wouldn't just be a payments company anymore. They'd be a bank, not just another crypto startup fighting regulators, but an institution with the same legal authority as JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs. That means Ripple could directly custody assets, offer loans, even settle transactions for global banks using XRP as the bridge asset. Think about that for a second. The same token you can buy for under $1 today could become the plumbing of the new banking system. And it's not just speculation. Ripple has already applied for licenses in multiple jurisdictions. They've positioned themselves inside the Federal Reserve's Faster Payments Task Force. They've partnered with over 300 financial institutions worldwide. Does that sound like a company preparing for failure? Or a company laying the foundation for a financial empire? Now, let's move to the bombshell. The XRP ETF. We've seen what happens when ETFs are approved. Look at Bitcoin. After the spot ETF launched, billions poured in from institutions overnight, catapulting BTC to new highs. But here's the twist. While Bitcoin ETF focus on a store of value, an XRP's ETF would focus on utility. It would be the first time Wall Street investors could get regulated. Easy access to the only digital asset, specifically designed for payments and liquidity. And if you think institutions will ignore that, think again. BlackRock has already filed patents linked to tokenized assets. Fidelity has been exploring XRP for years. The infrastructure is being built in plain sight. Here's where it gets really exciting. Imagine a world where Ripple holds a bank charter. They can legally move trillions across borders. At the same time, an XRP ETF launches, pulling billions in institutional capital. What happens when trillions in global payments collide with billions in institutional inflows? Simple. XRP stops being just crypto. It becomes the backbone of global finance. This isn't just theory. Remember, the IMF, World Bank, and even the BIS have all mentioned Ripple's technology in official papers. The G20 nations are openly talking about cross-border CBDC that need a neutral bridge. And what asset has been tested, proven, and designed for exactly that? You guessed it, XRP. Now, here's a question. If Bitcoin could surge on ETF news, if Ethereum is gaining institutional love for its utility, what happens when XRP, a coin designed from day one for the banking system, it gets both a bank charter and an ETF? I'll let you do the math. But here's the kicker. Most people won't even hear about this until it's too late. By the time mainstream media runs the headline, by the time CNBC is screaming about XRP, the early positioning will already be over. That's why being early matters. That's why understanding these developments today could separate tomorrow's winners from the bag holders. And if you're still watching right now, you're clearly not an average investor. You're ahead of the curve. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. Not just because it helps the channel, but because I promise you, the information we uncover here is the kind the mainstream won't tell you until it's already too late. The XRP narrative is unfolding faster than most realize. The bank charter, the ETF, the institutional money, it's all converging. And when it does, the price action could be explosive. Stay sharp, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of being early, because XRP time may be coming sooner than anyone expects.